Welcome to Bartman Adventures. If you own a Jeep Wrangler or another off-road vehicle and love hitting the trails, this video can save you from a very bad day. Today I'm going to show you the essential gear that I always carry when I go off-road. And this is not about stream rock calling. It's about being prepared, staying safe, and enjoying the trail without stress. Stay until the end because I'll share some of the things that most people forget until they actually need them. Navigation and communications is one of the most important things when you're off-roading, and today we're going to talk a little bit about that. You can have you need GPS, and you know, your phone has that, so everyone has GPS. They're carrying around with them every single day. And one of the things, there's apps and then devices that allow you to have offline maps, because you're not going to have a cell phone signal in a majority of the trails that you're on. I mean, you're just way out there remote. There is no cell phone towers anywhere. So it's important that you can actually navigate trails without relying on cellular signals. So there's some popular off-road navigation solutions out there. The one that I like the best is Onyx Off-Road, which is an app you put on your phone. They do have a subscription fee. I think it's like $20 a year. To you know, give you the features that you need. I think without the features, there's some things that you can't do. I can't remember what they were off the top of my head right now, but it's well worth the $20 a year fee. So I'd highly recommend it because they have trail difficulty ratings. They have 3D visualization of the trails, and they show you public and private land boundaries. So another one I haven't used, but I've heard a little bit about is this Gaia GPS. It's another app. It's excellent for customizations, and it has detailed map layers, but you'll have to look that one up on your own. Maps.me and Avenza Maps are also great for offload capabilities, and again, preparation is key. Download the maps in advance, as the service will most likely be lost, and that's true for all of those apps that I've talked about. Make sure that you download the apps so that you can use them offline. There's also a dedicated device called Garmin Overlander, which I've heard great things about, but for me personally, I just like using my phone. But there's others that kind of like that capability and having a dedicated device for that. And then there's also one called Trail Tech Voyager Pro. It's specialized for durable off-road and trail-specific navigation. So heard some good things about that as well. Utilize the features that allow you to mark waypoints on your trip. So you basically can put breadcrumbs of where you're out on the trail so you don't get lost. And all of the apps that I talked about and the devices that I talked about here have that capability. So it's an important thing to have. So that is navigation and communications. Again, never rely on cell phone service, and always download the maps before you head out. Look it up on the app. There's ways to do that. It's really simple. I know Onyx Off-Road, it's so simple that you won't have any issues with it at all. But download offline maps before you go on the trail. If you get there and you don't have them downloaded, then you know, you're going to have to, you know, say your prayers that cell phone signal's available. So anyway, the other thing is two-way radios. The two-way radios are great. I don't have one yet. I want to get one. I know when you're in a group, having the ability to communicate between the vehicles is really important. And two-way radios is really about the only way to do that when you're out remote like that. You can't use, again, cell phone service because it don't work. But anyway, that's all about navigation and communications. Okay, now we're going to talk about recovery gear. Essential recovery gear includes recovery straps like this one, shackles, which allows you to attach the straps to you know, other things, and you can put pins in and pull them in and out. But anyway, a shovel. A shovel is a really important tool. Air compressor, a tire pressure gauge, and a tire patch kit. And optionally, but definitely nice to have, is a winch. And I wish I had one, and eventually I will be getting one. But you know, if your budget doesn't allow it, then you know, you can't get it, right? So that's just the way the world works. But and then traction boards are a nice thing to have. They basically kind of like surfboards, except you stick them under a wheel to give you traction in mud and sand and rocks and stuff. So the recovery strap, again, is what gets you out when you're stuck. It must be rated for off-road use, and you should never use a regular rope or a cargo strap, because that's extremely dangerous, and they will snap and bust and probably get you in worse of a mess than you were when you started. So and then shackles, they connect the strap to the Jeep's recovery points, and you can use steel shackles or soft shackles. And you know, you can recover without shackles, but you need to be careful when you don't have shackles if you're using like the open end recovery points that are on the Jeep. Again, traction boards, they grip in the sand, the mud, and the snow, and they're great because you can recover the Jeep by yourself without another vehicle there to help you, which in a lot of cases might be your case. An air compressor, you definitely need an air compressor to get your tires aired up, you know, after you've aired them down to go off-roading. And you know, they have electric ones. I have one here called an Eaton Wolf that works fantastic. It'll air up all 4 of my tires from like, you know, 8 psi all the way up to the recommended pressure of 37 psi in a matter of 15 minutes. I can get all 4 aired up. And then a tire pressure gauge. I mean, you should carry a tire pressure gauge whether you're going off-roading or not. It just should be a standard thing in every single vehicle, regardless of off-roading. But you definitely want to have a tire pressure gauge. So, okay, a little bit about vehicle and maintenance. So first of all, if you're going to go off-roading, you have to have a full-size spare. Do not go off-roading without a spare tire that matches the tires that are on your Jeep. And it's got to be properly inflated. You can deflate it, you know, to whatever pressure you're running on the trail, no problem, as long as you have a way of airing it back up, like we talked about with the air compressor before. So a full-size spare is definitely something you need. And then a jack and a lug wrench. So, you know, jacks don't work very well on uneven terrain, most jacks. And you need to test your jack before you use it, whether it will actually work well, you know, off-road. The one I have here is it's a floor hydraulic jack. And it's probably not so great in a lot of situations on the trail. I'm going to get a bottle jack. I prefer to use a bottle jack. I just don't have one yet. So I'll be getting one of those. In terms of being able to get your car started, if it won't start, definitely everyone, regardless if we're going off-roading or not, should at least have jumper cables. And preferred would be a jump starter, which actually is a battery, has a battery on it, and you can jump it from that battery by attaching the cables to your battery in your vehicle. And another important thing is fluids, you know, just your everyday fluids. You need to carry around a little bit of extra engine oil and coolant. You know, if you run into problems and your car's starting to overheat and you don't have any coolant available, you know, you could really damage your engine if you can't get any more coolant in it. So take engine oil and coolant with you when you are going off-roading. Okay, safety and emergency. First aid kit is an absolute must when you're going off-road, and you could be in situations where you might not see other people for hours upon hours upon hours. And just a basic, this is very basic, but a basic first aid kit isn't an option. You definitely want to have that. You're not prepared, you're in danger if you don't have one. So a fire extinguisher is really important. You know, it's very rare that you actually have to use a fire extinguisher because vehicle fires are rare, but you should have one with you. And in fact, like there's a trail in West Virginia, the Hatfield and McCoy trails, that they won't let you on the trail without having a fire extinguisher mounted in your Jeep. So that's actually why I got this one here. So they're great to have, the peace of mind. That's what it's all about. And then you know, flashlight. I mean, everybody needs a flashlight, right? So you got to have a flashlight. And, you know, I mean, you could be out there in the trail, and let's say you didn't even plan on being out in the dark. Well, you know, it gets dark because you're way out far on the trail and you have problems. If you don't have a flashlight, it's going to be a little more difficult for you. And then a blanket. I mean, you got to have a blanket. You know, when you're out on the trail, especially when you're going from, you know, into the mountains and it starts to get colder as you go up, you know, you just need blankets for situations where, you know, you might not have the ability to get out of there. So anyway, okay, final things, water, food, and just being comfortable. You need water. You know, anywhere you go, you definitely want to have a lot of water. So bring as much water as you think you need, and then bring more. Simple snacks, you know, energy focus, you know, trail mix, whatever. I like to bring protein drinks. I think protein gives you the best energy, in my opinion. And then you should bring trash bags, because you need to take care of the environment, and don't throw your trash all over the national forests, because it's ugly, and you know, it's just not doesn't respect the environment. So all right, some extras that can save the day. So duct tape. Everyone loves duct tape. Duct tape can be used for just about everything you can think of. And if you can find a problem, duct tape usually can fix it. So definitely have some duct tape with you. Zip ties are another thing that's kind of like that. It can be used for a multitude of different things, and it's great to have with you. And paracord, which is a parachute cord, is what it actually is. It's just nylon rope, but it's the way it's braided and threaded, it's very strong, and can be used for just a multitude of different things that are helpful. So have those 3 items with you. Another thing is, you know, I mean, you're out in the middle of the wilderness, so you need to be worried about your safety, and, you know, you need whatever you use for safety, whether it be bear spray, whether it be, you know, a handgun or whatever, something that can protect you out in the wilderness. You know, you need to think about that as well. Okay, final checklist, what you need to bring with you. Just think of these 5 things: navigation, recovery, safety, water, and tools. If you have those 5 things covered, your trail experience is going to be much more safer and more enjoyable. All right, so your Jeep Wrangler, or your off-road vehicle, gives you freedom and space and comfort on the trail. But preparation is truly what makes the adventure fun. If this video helped you, like it, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Tell me, what is the one item that you would never go on a trail without? What is that? I'd like to hear about that in the comments section below. Or if there's anything that you feel like, you know, you want to call me out on and you think should be handled differently, let me know that as well. Okay, you stayed with us through the introductions and all the preparation stuff that we talked about. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to start the adventure.